Hello and welcome to another edition of The Connector Live. This is Michael Rice, aka The Connector, and I'd like to welcome you back. In the last video, we talked about networking. We talked about some of the fundamentals, the mindset that you need to have, and some strategies that you can utilize in terms of networking. We talked about who you know, what you know, and who knows you. And in this video, I'm going to share with you these 5 tips, 5 key things that you can do to improve your networking, and that's going to improve your networking in business and community or in your own personal life. Before I go on, let me say, who is this video for? Who is it directed toward? I directed this and it was written and coordinated so to focus on a general population. So whether or not you're a community leader, community activist, community organizer, whether or not you're in business or you're a professional, just seeking to refine your skills. If you are employed or new to the workforce and looking for some tips on how to better penetrate the world of work, you can utilize this. If you're just seeking to build better relationships within your community, between family and friends, or between your colleagues and co-workers, you're looking for a promotion, or you're looking just to be included as a part of a team, hey, check out this. Check out some of these things will help you move forward. So let's jump right into it. The first thing that I want to introduce to you is the strategy. This strategy that I promised you last time, and the strategy, I call it urban networking. What is urban networking? Urban networking is an attitude. It's a mindset. Urban networking, of the aspects of the inner game, urban networking is a lifestyle. Urban networking, definition: the aggressive establishment of mutually beneficial relationships focusing on the exchange of ideas, products, services, and resources, both fiscal and physical. So it's not just about exchange of money. It's an exchange of ideas about you talking to somebody, what you bring to the table. It may be the quality of the kind of person that you are, that you have something to offer. Urban networking starts with you. It starts with you doing a self-assessment, you doing a personal inventory, you identifying those assets, those things that you have to bring to the table. It's not about going out and begging somebody for a job or asking somebody for a favor. No. Urban networks don't do that. Urban networks identify what abilities, talents, and qualities that they bring to the table, and recognizing that they are of value. And what they bring to a relationship, they bring value to relationships. So when we talk about urban networking, we're talking about you as an asset to any relationship, business, company, or organization. Okay? So let's jump right in there and let's talk about what those tips are. First, number one, dedicate yourself to the time it takes to network and be excellent at it. In other words, just like if you were going to deciding that you want a better physique, right? Maybe you deciding how you're going to do that is through exercise. So you're going to work out. You'll just put yourself on a schedule, right? And you'll decide, I'm going to work out 3 times a week in order to get to whatever my established goal is. And you're going to take the time to do that. Take the time to do the networking. Put it aside. Put it on a schedule. Make it a part of your life, right? And don't be half behind. Don't try to network in an amateuristic way, or, take the time to learn about networking. Get some books on networking. Watch these videos. I'm going to get deep into networking. I'm giving you all aspects of it. But watch all these. There's dozens of videos out here also on networking that you can learn. But take the time to dedicate yourself to be good at what you do. I mean, what I'm saying to you is, whatever you do in life, be excellent at it. You may not be perfect. You may not be the greatest. You may not know that you may someday be the greatest. But if you're striving, and you're always striving to be better, you're going to be better. Right? That's one of the keys of success. So, number 2. Let's jump right into number 2. Plan where and when you're going to network. Plan where and when. I think that's simple. If you got a day timer, you got a notebook, you got Outlook, you got a schedule on your phone, plug in the time to network. If I'm going to network, planning a network, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to identify individuals I want to network with. I'm going to make contact with them, and I'm going to schedule that time. I'm going to schedule the time to be with them. Your network is like a garden. You have to cultivate it, right? You got to take time to water all those contacts out there. So I'm going to sit with John on Monday and have coffee with him at Starbucks. I'm going to plan where I'm going to have it. And in fact, as a good networker, you know what you do? You identify beforehand the places, the locations. When somebody's going for an interview, you wouldn't wait to go for an interview. To sit down in front of an interviewer and then figure out what your interests are, what your hobbies are, what your best qualities are. You know they're going to ask you that question. At some point in time, you're going to be asked to describe yourself or say what you're all about. And you should be prepared beforehand. You can be at home right now writing out a little 2-minute little introduction. It always amazes me, and I go to a lot of meetings, that there are people that come into meetings that they know they're going to have to introduce themselves. So why are they confused of who they are? They should know this. They do it all the time, but somewhere their brain just goes, when they ask that question, introduce yourself, tell me what you're all about. You should be able to, in 2 lines, say what your organization is. If you're going into a meeting and you know the individuals in there that may be somebody that can help you reach your goal, why not tell them what your goal is? Why not tell them that I am a project manager for a community training initiative, and I'm looking for talented community people to be a part of it. I am working with youth in the community, and I'm looking for some youth who have leadership qualities to be a part of our leadership council, right? I am I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm looking for people to come to sell my products for them, okay? You need to tell people what your objectives are so that they can key in and be your ally and help you reach those objectives. So think about that. Think about before you come in here that your skit is talking about those things that you desire to bring about, and that the people that you are meeting with can jump on your team. Number 4 is utilize the power of Q. And the power of Q is simply this: the power of questions. Okay, questions help you gain information about that person that you're dealing with, whether or not did they qualify to be a partner, whether or not you want to go into collaborative relationship with them. I always ask this: if I'm talking to somebody and they're not asking me questions about myself and they want to do partners with me, I would doubt that they would be a good partner, because part of going into business is being able to do the research, right, to making quality decisions, and you can't do that without information. So the power of Q gives you information. The power of Q helps you qualify and disqualify individuals to come into your initiative, to become part of your business, to become part of your life and have a relationship with. So utilize the power of Q. And number 5 is always. Always. Did I say always have a business card? I talked a little bit, talked about, I think it was number 3, I said the 1-minute skit, that commercial. Hey, it is the real commercial. Here's the commercial that you have in your pockets, that you go in there, that you can pull out, and you can show people, here's my card, right? And your card should have, and let me give you some tips on the card. Hey, it could be a white card with black lettering. Simple as that. If you want to have, the important thing is have your name spelled correctly, have the name of your business spelled correctly, phone number, contact information. If you got a website, put it on there. Cool. If you want to add in a logo, that'll work. If you want to add in a slogan, that's fine. The main thing is that you have contact information that you can pass on to someone else and everything. And make sure you have enough business cards. And I'm challenged by this sometimes also, is I go out to networking events and I hand out a dozen cards. I bring a dozen cards with me, and next thing you know, I'm out of cards. But you know what? I also keep a pen and my cell phone with me also, because I can get numbers that way in addition to utilizing the cards. I like the cards though, because when you exchange cards with somebody, you can flip their card over, write a description of that person, write pertinent information about them, so that on my next encounter with them, I'm able to look at that card and say, okay, your business is located in New Hampshire. You have 2 kids and they both are in college. Your favorite team is the Phillies. When I call you up, I may start off saying, did you see how the Phillies did last night? Or how your kids doing in college? Or I may even be even better than I know some information about some financial stuff that can support kids in college. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to find out some resources for anybody that I'm dealing with. So when I come to the table, I'm coming to the table with resources. So they recognize me. Whenever I'm calling them, they're going to want to answer the phone, because I might have something to offer that's going to better their lives. What better ally could you want to have in your life? So we talked about 5 tips. 5 tips that you can utilize within your life that's going to better your networking. Let's run through them again. Number 1, decide that you're going to do networking and be excellent at it. Number 2, plan when you're going to do your networking. Number 3, have a skit, a 1-minute skit, elevator speech, commercial, default that you have it ready for any meetings or encounters. Number 4, ask relevant questions. Utilize the power of Q. And number 5, what is number 5? Have a business card. All right. Now, if you take these things and you put them all together, you have some tips that you can utilize tomorrow, tonight, your next networking opportunity. I don't believe in networking events. I believe in networking opportunities. They can happen anywhere. They can happen at a workshop, at a conference, at a meeting, at the laundromat, at the supermarket, at happy hour, on a coffee date. Right? Let me leave you with this. The guy that wrote the book, his name is Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he said, the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Other people look for work. So if you want to be successful, then you're going to cultivate networks. Okay? Now that's short and sweet. I hope you got a little idea on the networking that you can do. And we're looking forward to the next video. We're going to get even deeper into this. You're going to go into some self-empowerment pieces. I'm going to tell you some techniques that you can utilize in your networking. But in the meantime, keep connecting. And this is Michael Rice, a.k.a. The Connector, saying, hey, we're building a network one relationship at a time. Join us.